I'm Ifechuku Moyele with the news. Now, 2 men from the Ebolan community who were abducted by the police on the 25th of March have regained their freedom. Speaking to newsmen, one of them, Gideon Sunday Iwari, a pastor, said he and another man, Monday, were arrested at the chief's house and taken to Octopus Police Station in Port Harcourt. Iwari said they spent over 3 months in detention without any charge, received only 1 meal a day, and had no visitors. He explained he had come to the village seeking a security job and mistook the arresting officers dressed in coveralls and arriving in company vehicles for representatives of Total. He said as the police abducted and were driving off the villagers, thinking it was a kidnapping, threw stones at the vehicles. Iwari also said that a man, Michael Wariboko, was shot and killed during their abduction.
They were wearing overall. There was no trace that it was policemen. So when they came, they entered the house, they brought out drinks, and they said they are Total company that sent them as their representatives to come. So in the process, while they were saying this, next thing, the house were surrounded by gunmen wearing this coverall. So the chief saw them, ran out to the house, and also the CDC chairman. So on the process for me to step out, I was pointed with a gun that if I move, they will shoot me. I should just follow them to the car.
The other detainee, who says his name is Monday, said he was taken to the hospital for treatment after he bled from injuries sustained while he was being beaten by the police.
They give us about 1 time a day, about outside they give 2 times. And then 1 week they're not going to give us again food. And they carry on let me go for hospital because it's mean like I get wound. They give me wound. They beat me, better beat. I bleed blood. They give me wound to my leg. Better wound.
The CDC chairman of Ebolan community in Abua, Rufus Goodluck, said one of the detainees said he was falsely accused of possessing a gun and killing 5 people. Goodluck said he felt the men must have been released unconditionally when it became clear they had the wrong individuals.
What happened in Ebola community? We are praying that it should not happen in any community in Rivers State or in Nigeria as a whole, because it's an abomination. So just come in a community with company attire and all of a sudden they bring guns and adopt two of these men and they shoot others, injure them and kill one that is in the mortuary and one Michael. So we want the government to come to the aid of Egulum, investigate this act, and bring them to book.
And now, the Rivers State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of a suspect. Spokesperson of the command, Grace Iringe Koko, says investigation is ongoing to apprehend other fleeing members of the gang. This comes after a local vigilante group in Iche local government area arrested a man accused of attempting to strangle a woman. The suspect, identified as Mr. Ihai Asobrionwu from Ndashi, was arrested by members of the Olakwok Iche Special Squad after allegedly attacking Mrs. Vicky Weke in Obite. The Community Development Committee chairman of Amakumba, Mr. Kingsley Wayanwo, tells correspondent Mekotoka that Asobrionwu, allegedly working with internet fraudsters, tried to kill the woman, but she escaped and alerted residents who helped apprehend him.
According to the confession of the suspect, one Mr. Ihani Asobrionwu from Ondasi, while he was interrogating by a special squad of vigilante Olako Eke, he was confessing that he was asked by this Yahoo boy to bring a human head and human part. So along the line, he went and saw a woman at Obite. So he went and held the woman and wanted to strangle the woman's head. So along the line, the woman fainted, where he rushed to pick up a cutlass. So along the line, the woman escaped and made some noise and let people to know. I think they rushed in and be able to caught him.
Asobiriomo has since been handed over to the Okehi Police Division. Mr. Nwayawo is calling on the police to thoroughly investigate and ensure justice is served.
We are urging the security agencies, Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, to make sure there will be proper interrogation and investigation for him to be able to mention those who are behind, because he was sent, according to his confession, he was sent by people so that he will mention those who are involved. Because as we speak, the environment is no longer safe. Our old women and men will go to farm and they will stay comfortably, because some of these boys have been turning around the whole place to see whom they will harm. So we are calling on the security agencies to do proper investigation and interrogation.
He also shared a video showing the suspect reportedly confessing in Echi language. Have a listen to this. Still on security matters, the Rivers State Police Command says it has arrested a suspected gang member in connection with recent killings in the Diobo area of Port Harcourt. Police spokesperson SP Grace Iringikoko said 36-year-old Diseye Ukulu was arrested on July 9th. He said the arrest was made through intelligence gathered by police operatives and the Diobo Vigilante Group. The statement said Ukulu, who confessed to being a member of a notorious gang, led police operatives to the residence of one Achiono Solomon Chukwuma, also known as Solex. The police spokesperson said a raid on the premises led to the recovery of pistols, ammunition, and other items. She said the suspect and the recovered items are currently in police custody, while efforts are ongoing to arrest other members of the gang. In other news, some stakeholders say they are concerned over coastal erosion and flooding affecting communities in the Niger Delta. They are calling on government at all levels to act quickly to protect the people living in these areas. The Deputy Executive Director of the Environmental Defender Network, Alagoa Morris, appealed to state governments and the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to work together to tackle the problem of coastal erosion and flooding affecting communities in the Niger Delta. Morris spoke with correspondent Yobiorware following the prediction of flooding in Rivers, Bayelsa, and other Niger Delta states.
The interventionist agencies like the NDDC, thank God we now have a regional commission. They should join hands with the state government and the relevant agencies in the states to ensure that these issues are tackled properly. But also the issue of coastal erosion on the coastline and on the river banks. These are very big problems our people are facing. We expect synergy. It should be the business of all interventionist agencies and the state government to ensure that these monsters facing us will be brought down to their knees, the flooding and coastal erosion.
He advised the federal government to review the construction of the Hausa Dashi Dam as a way to help reduce flooding across the country.
Before this monster flood will come down from the Cameroonian environment. Being rainy season, we already have our natural flooding season. We expect that the federal government should also do something about the Hausa Dashi Dam that was abandoned. That project started soon after the Cameroonians started their Lagdo Dam. It would have served as a buffer dam whenever water is released from the Lagdo Dam. So federal government should do well to tackle that one to prevent monster flood affecting and destroying lives and property here down in the Niger Delta.
Similarly, the president of the Kenyo Sumo Ijo Foundation, Daya West, said many residents in coastal communities are now planning to relocate due to fear of erosion. He added that the government has not shown enough commitment to solve the issue.
We have this fear especially this flood that has been predicted, and then the incessant rainfall. There is this fear that flood may affect these coastal communities, because these coastal communities are the brink of the creeks. And as I speak with you, some coastal communities, because of fear of the flood, some of them have started seeing how they can move their loved ones out of the community, because the government have not done anything that we have seen as to see how they can protect the coastal communities from this impending flood.
On his part, the national president of the Association of Waterways Ambassadors of Nigeria, Temple Jack, explained that several factors are contributing to the rise in coastal erosion and flooding.
As a result of debris and improper maintenance of our drainage system, and as well as building an illegal structure within the waterways. This could cause severe flooding and erosion to our coastal community. So immediately when the flood comes in, it will find its way back to the coastal area. Another thing that is causing this impact is illegal dredging activities. It causes an impact to the coastal community. So there should be proper monitoring of all these activities within the waterways, on how we build illegal structure within the waterways and removing of wreckages within the waterways.
He stressed the need for the government to quickly begin shoreline protection projects or to reduce the damage being done to affected communities.
The need for us to give a proactive action before or not after. Now, the government need to come up with one of the major things that we need to put in place. Government to do what you call embankment or maybe shore protection. Because when the shore protection is being put in place, now it can help to reduce the impact. It's not only about removing those debris and barriers on the waterway, but we need to do what you call embankment and as well as shore protection, so that this thing can be able to mitigate the impact. And we look at the tidal level. We look at the recent previous tidal level. So when the flood comes, it cannot penetrate.
Moving on now, some local government workers in Ahoda West local government area have voiced concerns about ongoing inefficiencies in their council. Speaking on Wazobia FM's Pitakwa Hawana CM, one of them, Wisdom Joshua from the Finance Department of the council, says since the declaration of a state of emergency and the appointment of a sole administrator, salary payments have become irregular. He said workers often face repeated verifications before receiving their pay.
Since we'll get this new SO now, we'll run the local government at the sole administrator. The salary where they come into local government, they come actually, but they're very efficient. Sometimes salary go come, some people go receive salary, some not go receive, and at the end of the day, you go to call, say, maybe they come do verification, they go do this, they go do that one, bring this document. And another problem we can't get now, our arrears.
Okay.
Since we implement new minimum wage for local government, our arrears don't run to 10 months.
10 months.
10 months. 10 months. We will never pay our arrears. The arrears of the new minimum.
Another staff member, Chubuma Jakaja, also from the Finance Department of Ahoda West, accused the head of local government administration and other top officials of failing to implement the arrears payment announced by the suspended governor, Similai Fubara, in April 2024.
We don't know the reason why Ahoda East we get lower allocation go come they effective more than we Ahoda West we get higher allocation. Our HADA, the HPM and the treasurer, the directors, now they in charge to talk about how they go dispense the financial things to the workers.
Yeah.
So the reason why our heads they deny us or they delay this our arrears, we never know up to now.
Other callers from the LGA supported these claims, saying the verification has stalled the payment of salaries for them and many of their colleagues.
Okay. With them talk, not true. And they even add one. You get some of our workers who between that they owe them 1, 2, 3, 4 months ahead. You get some legit staff who they suffer that thing, then go apply, tire. Our directors, then they even sign on them. They don't even minute on anything. The council just do.
Management is nothing home to rest about. They are owing me about 6 months. So this month I was lucky they paid me 1 month last month. Being true.
The workers issued a 2-week ultimatum to council leaders to pay the outstanding arrears. The council has not responded to this. Still to come, reactions as former Vice President are here with us.
Hey there, it's STEM Festival, Africa's global
Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Publisher of Ovation magazine, Dele Momodu, has resigned from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and joined the African Democratic Congress, ADC. In a letter dated July 17, 2025, and addressed to the chairman of the PDP Ward 4, Ihive, in the Owa East local government area, Edo State, Momodu cited the hijacking of the PDP by anti-democratic forces as a reason for his resignation. He said he would join the opposition coalition floated on the ADC platform to unseat President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the 2027 election. And now, Paul Ibe, media advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, says Atiku's resignation letter from the PDP was never meant to be made public. Speaking on Arise News, Ibe alleged that political opponents within the PDP, in collaboration with APC members, leaked the letter to damage Atiku's image. He said the leak, which came a day after former President Muhammadu Buhari's funeral, was timed to distract the public and cause confusion. Ibe criticized Minister of Aviation Festus Keyamo for attacking Atiku over the letter, saying the minister should focus on fixing the problems in the aviation sector rather than politicizing a private matter. He also dismissed Keyamo's claim that Atiku shouldn't have used a letterhead with the Nigerian coat of arms, saying it's irrelevant. The All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party have dismissed former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's resignation from the PDP as posing no threat. In a letter dated July 14, 2025, and addressed to the chairman of his ward, Atiku formally announced his resignation from the PDP. He said his resignation is due to irreconcilable differences that have emerged within the PDP. Since 1999, Atiku has left the PDP on 3 different occasions, each time to further his presidential ambition. APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka accused Atiku of being motivated by personal ambition. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has also joined to criticize the former vice president over the timing of his resignation from the PDP, accusing him of attempting to divert national attention during a period of mourning. In business, the federal government has announced the temporary suspension of the recruitment application portal for Nigeria Immigration Service (NIS), the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDS), the Nigeria Correctional Service (SUS), and the Federal Fire Service (FFS). The government said the portal will be accessible on Monday, July 21st, 2025. In entertainment, Nigerian music star Davido has been awarded a silver certification in the United Kingdom for his album Timeless. Timeless broke multiple streaming records on Spotify Nigeria, Boomplay, Audiomack, and YouTube. In sports, Frank Warren, promoter of British heavyweight boxer Tyson Fury, says the British fighter will not be in the ring this year, but he wants to fight Alexander Usyk again. On the international scene, torrential rains in Pakistan's Punjab province have killed at least 63 people and injured 290 in the 24 hours since downpours started on Wednesday morning. The National Disaster Management Authority said most of the victims were crushed by collapsing buildings, while the rest either drowned or were electrocuted. The latest deaths take the nationwide toll to nearly 180 since the monsoon started in late June. More than half of them were children. On the news this afternoon, you heard Emolon pastor, one other freed after arrest over mistaken identity. Police have confirmed the arrest of a suspect for attempting to strangle a woman in Ichi. Stakeholders have reacted to worsening flooding in Niger Delta. Reactions as former Vice President Atiku resigns from PDP again. On the foreign scene, torrential rains have killed 63 and injured 290 in Pakistan. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ivejuku Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.